time!
Welcome to another episode of Game Time. I'm JP Murrieta, and our guest this week, the Kirtland Central Broncos and head coach Brian Dowdy. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
It's still early in the season, but tell me, what kind of group do you have this year? What kind of team?
We've got a fun team. I like to put it that way. A little nerve-wracking. I'm getting a little too old with our last couple of games, but a lot of fun, and they're close and getting closer, and that was our goal this summer, so we're very excited.
All right, well, you said it, not me. Close and a lot of fun. You had back-to-back buzzer beaters at one point. What goes through your mind in those moments? Games tied, how's the team going to react? And you've had two of them back-to-back this season.
Well, you know, these are both odd because we had a comfortable lead, felt good going into it, and then the last 2 minutes we haven't quite figured out yet, but I don't know if we're good or bad because we won them both, so I guess we're good. But yeah, we didn't lose faith in them, and we ran the plays, and they executed pretty dang good, so we're happy about that.
You play in two early season tournaments south of where you are, one in Albuquerque, one at Capitol. What do you get out of these tournaments? Why'd you pick those two particular tournaments to play in?
Well, we like to get a little bit of a variety. Our district's pretty big, so we got 10 district games, so we want to get out and try to see some other teams around the state that we may not get to see very often. And they're both pretty good competition and a lot of head-to-heads for us, so that's a big part of it too. The
Kirtland Central boys basketball program won state titles in 2001, 2002, 2003. What do you and your team have to do to get back to that state title game year in and year out?
Well, we've been pretty consistent. We missed the playoffs twice since I've been here. But the big thing, I think, and that's why I mentioned fun at the start, is we said we need to loosen up and have fun. We started when we were little kids dribbling and shooting, and it was fun, and sometimes we lose that. And we need to get back to that. I think that's going to be a big part of it, play looser, and we have lots of talent, good chemistry. So
another thing that I noticed in your games that I've seen is you preach the fundamentals with these guys. Is it just because it's the beginning of the game and you want to get back to the basics, or is that your message year-round with these players?
It should have been last year. It bit us, and so that's been a big focus for us. These guys, they're very fundamentally sound. We got a lot of good guard play, and when we're good, we're fundamental, and when we're not fundamental. So sometimes we have to remind ourselves about that.
When a lot of people think Kirtland Central basketball, they think of the success the girls program has, but as I just mentioned, the boys program has had success as well. How do those two teams mesh together? Do you feed off the success of the other program?
We try to. I'm sure every now and then we're big supporters of each other. I should say that first. Great friends with the coaching staff. Coach Manning and I have been very close since he was coaching at Bloomfield. So we get along really good. And you know, we're happy for the girls, but we also want some of that. We're a little greedy too, I guess. So we'd like a little bit of that on our end. But we're very supportive of each other. In fact, we go to the Pokhorn tournament in Roswell, and the girls are going to Goddard that same week, and we're going together, so we're excited about that.
Nice. Who's getting it done for you this season? How about these guys, these kids?
In different aspects, there's a lot of them. Satchel's a four-year varsity player, and he's leading us in scoring right now, and kind of an all-around guy. We have a couple point guards, Dio and Devin, both chip in well there. They give us a little bit of different things, both of them. So. And then really a lot of it, like I've been telling them, has been team play. We're being unselfish. Both of those buzzer beaters, guys could have took a shot and opted for a better one. So it's really a team effort right now. Hopefully it stays that way.
We have a long way to go before we reach March, but what do you hope to see from your team in these winter months as we approach district play in the postseason as the year goes along?
I think the biggest thing is to get better and get closer. That's another reason we like the tournaments, because we're out of town, and it's no offense to being at home or parents or family or anything, but the boys have a chance to kind of be together and be away from everything and get to come even a little bit closer, and I think that's really important for us.
How do you size up your classification in the other competition this year?
Oh man, Highland's going to be tough to beat. They got a great program, obviously coming off a state title. Coach Woody does a great job over there. Del Norte's had a solid team for the last couple of years too. I think those two might be the front runners. I know there's some different faces there, but they're still going to be tough. And then I think there's a lot of people with opportunity, so I think it's going to be pretty tight, kind of like what you saw with football. 4A, there was a lot of, after the first couple, it was pretty even, so I think we'll see a lot of that in basketball too.
And lastly, what do you think about your team's opportunity as being one of those teams to compete when we get to the postseason?
Well, I think we have a great chance. We got a lot of returners. We just lost 2 guys last year that graduated, and I feel like the guys are starting to believe a little bit, and that always makes a team dangerous. I think our district will be competitive, and I see us, in the playoffs, and once you get there, matchups, and depends kind of who we end up with. But I think we have a good shot.
All right, well, keep believing and keep having fun.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here, Coach. We'll be back with more Game Time after this. Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
Hello, my name is Devin Ramon from Kirtland Central High School, and stick around for more Game Time.
We wanted to take this opportunity to remind you, if you haven't already, make sure to download the NMAA 24/7 app. It's free, and free is cheap. Chances are likely you have a phone in your possession right now, so go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app. It's the best place to find schedules, scores, highlights, and follow your school all year. And here's the best part, we will have giveaways all throughout the year. You will be registered to win just by downloading the app and signing up. We will have prizes from Dick's Sporting Goods, Dion, Sonic, tournament pass giveaways, free tickets, and much more. You like free stuff? Then download the NMAA 24/7 app. The best place to find tournament brackets? The NMAA 24/7 app. The easiest way to find out when your team is playing next? The NMAA 24/7 app. Where can you go to find out the final score you're looking for? The NMAA 24/7 app. It's all in one place. The NMAA 24/7 app. So go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free NMAA 24/7 app.
Last year, we had to change so many games. We had to, you probably got frustrated because you thought you were going to play on a Tuesday, and then we did not have officials, so we had to move the game to Thursday, and football now is on a Thursday and not on a Friday and Saturday. Well, that is all due to not having enough officials because of the bad behavior that is going on within our games, and that's parents included and spectators.
It's everybody's responsibility. We all talk about, is it the coaches, is it the administrators, is it the community member? It's got to be all of us doing it together, because if we all do it together, then it's a lot easier to solve the problem.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Do you really want someone to yell at you? Do you want someone to sit there and yell at a kid or whatever? If that was your kid, would you want someone yelling at them? No, you wouldn't. I mean, so to me, treat people the way you want to be treated. Act the way you think people should behave. And I think we should all be golden.
Set the example. Set the example for everybody around you.
Winning is fun. Winning is rewarding. Winning is an important goal. But the #1 reason kids take part in athletics and activities is to have fun. Don't ruin their experience with inappropriate language. Negative behavior can be embarrassing to your student. Know your role. Your role is to support your student in a positive manner, not to coach, not to referee, but if you're interested in officiating, we can direct you on how to become an official. Call me after this video and I'll be happy to set you up. The way parents behave in the stands has a big influence on how their child enjoys their experience. Let's compete with respect, integrity, and responsibility.
We are going to have an administrator at every single contest to make sure that our parents, that our fans, that our coaches, our athletes are behaving appropriately, and we go back and realizing why we play high school sports, and that is for the friendships, for the love of the game, and to learn lifelong skills.
Hi, I'm Brandon Ackerman from Kirtland Central High School. Welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by Nusenda Credit Union. Keeping with our basketball theme this week, the Hobbs girls basketball team has played in the final each of the last 5 years, winning it twice. This year, they're one of the favorites to maybe reach the final again, and a big reason is the health of Wisdom Anthony, one of the top players in the state who's recovered from a torn ACL. Let's start there, getting Wisdom Anthony back. What's it like this season having her healthy back in the lineup?
Yeah, she's a senior now. And so, I've been with her since she was in eighth grade herself. And so it's been real fun to see her progress over the years and her maturity level. She opened up with 20 points that first game for us. We just never were full strength at all the last 2 years. And so to be at full strength this year, minus Anaya Joseph moving off, but we're still feel pretty good about where we're heading.
How's Wisdom's health after that first game? Did she look up to speed? Were there any signs of rust or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely rust. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But I think more than anything is getting herself into that basketball shape. But she's tremendous. She's gifted. She has a special, unique talent. She's long. She's athletic. And she's got experience, and she's won a state championship before, and so she understands all those things. And to have her back is just a huge lift for our team, especially the young ones who can really learn from her and see how she carries herself.
You've made it to the state final now. What's this, the last 5 years in a row? Do you have the team to make it a sixth?
We have the team if the coaching will sharpen up his stay out of the way. Yeah, if the coach stays out of the way, there's a chance we could get there for our sixth. But yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot of excitement here in Hobbs right now, and so we're just hoping that everyone stays healthy. And all the stars got aligned to win a state title. I mean, it's not easy. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of 3 of the last 6 years, 7 years, something like that, and 3 state championships. But it's every year it's been a different kind of challenge, and I'm excited for this year's challenge.
You and the team are coming to Albuquerque for the APS Metro tournament later this season. What do you hope to get out of that, and what drew you to this tournament?
Well, anytime you can play great competition, that helps. We've been using our tournaments to go to Dallas or different places and play teams that are really, really good so we can see where we stand. But I kind of felt like, we needed to play in Albuquerque, and maybe that'll be the thing that we do hang our hat on and play there, every year if we can. And, we got an athletic director there now that really is pushing athletics as a whole. And so we're excited to be a part of that tournament. 16 teams. We play Rio Rancho right off the bat, which Lori's a great coach, and so it's going to be fun just to see all those familiar faces and not just at the state tournament.
With a healthy Wisdom Anthony as one of the most talented players in the state, how much do you put on her to lead the team, to carry the team, to really kind of set the tone for everything in each game?
We played in a state championship game without her last year. So, adding her is just good chemistry for us. More than anything, I just think she's going to help all those younger ones grow as players. We got a good nucleus of guards. We really do. We got some good young guards that you're going to see for the next 3 years, and I believe they're going to make names for themselves. You'll probably be asking me about one of them eventually, but we got Brett Clay. She's really stepped up her game. She puts a lot of time into basketball, and she's getting looks from different colleges. Bryn Hargrove's done a really good job at the guard spot also, and she's improving. Nakaya Mojica has been a pleasant surprise this year. She's really worked on her game. So we've got some kids that have come back, and we got some other guards right behind them that are pushing them, and so it's going to be fun.
So you're feeling good about the future with the guard play and the youth that's coming up, huh?
I always feel good about our kids. I've been blessed here, and I was blessed in Roswell, and I'm blessed in Hobbs. So I'm just a lucky man, I guess.
How do you size up Class 5A this year, besides yourself and maybe Volcano Vista as another obvious favorite?
Yeah, we expect Volcano Vista to be there. I mean, they're there every single year. They've been there right along with us, and so we expect them to be there at the end somewhere. Sandia's got a good group. Lee does a good job with his kids. Um, Not to disrespect anyone else, but La Cueva's always been a handful. We've never just gone over there and just dominated La Cueva. It's always been a barn burner. I know Albuquerque High's got some good athletes, and they're going to be tough. I don't know who else is up north. You know, down south, you got 3 and 4 headed monsters over there in Las Cruces. You got your Mayfields and your Centennials and your Las Cruces Highs and on your Oregon Mountain. So you got some teams there that are pretty good, and then we got Carlsbad in our district that's pretty tough. Clovis is on the rise. Jeff Reed does a good job with Clovis. So, you know, I don't want to leave people out, but I'm mentioning some teams that I know that are historically good and have really good coaching. I know Rio Rancho and Cleveland's got 2 of the best coaches in the state, so you know they're going to be in there in the mix. So it should be fun.
And you know as well as anyone out there that health plays a huge factor. Are you saying any extra prayers this season, keeping the fingers crossed that you can make it to the finish line with a healthy bunch?
Yeah, that's going to be the key. I mean, for us as a team, and I'm sure every team feels the same way. You'd like to stay healthy, but yeah, if we stay healthy, I think you'll see the Hobbs Lady Eagles somewhere at the end there fighting for it. But we'll just have to see, JP.
The Hobbs Eagles are playing in a tournament at Capitol High School this week, and next month they'll be playing in the Albuquerque Metro Championships. That's going to do it for this episode of Game Time, presented this week by Nusenda Credit Union. Make sure you tune in every week. You never know who we're going to feature or where we're going to be in this state. The place to watch the most highlights is right here. We'll see you next time on Game Time.